How long is the shelf life of cake?
In this video, we'll discuss the shelf life of various types of cakes, from homemade to store-bought, and how to store them properly to extend their freshness.
Q. How long can homemade cakes last at room temperature?
A. Homemade cakes, such as sponge or butter cakes, can last up to 3 days at room temperature when properly stored. Be sure to cover them with plastic wrap, foil, or a cake dome to prevent them from drying out or absorbing unwanted odors. Q. How long do store-bought cakes last? A. Store-bought cakes, particularly those with preservatives, typically have a longer shelf life than homemade cakes. A pre-packaged, unopened cake can last up to 5 to 7 days at room temperature, while an opened or sliced cake should be consumed within 3 to 4 days.
Q. How long can cakes with cream, fruit, or custard fillings last?
A. Cakes with cream, fruit, or custard fillings have a shorter shelf life and should be refrigerated. They generally last 2 to 3 days in the fridge, although it's best to consume them within 48 hours for optimal taste and texture.
Q. Can I freeze cake to extend its shelf life?
A. Yes, you can freeze cake to extend its shelf life. Wrap the cake in plastic wrap or aluminum foil and store it in an airtight container or a resealable plastic bag. Most cakes can be frozen for up to 3 months. To defrost, simply place the cake in the refrigerator for a few hours or at room temperature for a quicker option.
Q. How can I tell if my cake has gone bad?
A. You can check for signs of spoilage by looking for visible mold, a sour smell, or an off taste. If you notice any of these signs, it's best to discard the cake. The shelf life of cake varies depending on the type and how it's stored. Homemade cakes can last 2 to 3 days at room temperature, while store-bought cakes can last up to a week. Refrigerate cakes with perishable fillings and consider freezing cakes for longer storage. Always check for signs of spoilage before consuming.